welcome back to the class, everyone. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different and reviewing the Padwan Obi-Wan Kenobi base lit saber from ARTSABERs. I'm a huge fan of the Phantom Menace where Obi-Wan uses this lightsaber, so for me it was kind of a must-have. And I will say, it's just about everything that I could have hoped for. So first off, let's talk a little bit about what it looks like. The hilt is probably the most important thing for me. The blades, I think they're pretty generic. I don't think they really change all that much. And as far as the colors go, it does have access to, I think, 9 different colors is what they advertise. I'm, again, pretty specifically got this because I like Obi-Wan Kenobi, so I'll be sticking in the blue version with the Savior font, but we'll get into those in a second. But overall, I mean, you can see, even with my quite frankly, greasy hands all over it, it doesn't smudge very much. The metal feels quality. It is heavy. One of the things that's really nice, especially for if you're wanting to do twirling, that I've noticed is the break point for the weight of it is right about at the end of the hilt, which I'm not sure if they specifically designed it to be this way, but that's exactly where you want it so that it's balanced. So it doesn't really feel like it's tipping too much one way or the other. I kind of have to push it that way for it to go. But overall, the hilt is, like I said, very good design. Charging battery life, I've noticed that it's probably good for about, I'd probably play with it for 4 to 5 hours before I had to charge it for the first time, assuming it came fully charged. As far as turning it on goes, it is, depending on what you've used before, fairly intuitive, but you might have to do a little research. So we're going to hold on to the button here, and that's going to power it on.
Power on.
It's now, and I believe what they refer to as standby mode. And the functions from here are pretty basic. I already have it set up the way I want it, but we'll go through some functions. Pretty simple. If you want to be able to turn on the color of the blade, you just are going to tap this button once. And you can see, like, I know that there's a lot of hype right now around specifically NeoPixels and about how they look good and are the best. And I'm sure that's definitely true. But, like, this isn't bad. This is really not bad. The whole purpose I wanted to actually get the baselit one is because these have a tendency to be more durable, and I have a lot of kids or friends of mine who have children who like to play around with it, and I never really wanted to use a NeoPixel blade with them in the fear of accidentally breaking it. This one, not only is it super durable, but even if it does break, it'll be a lot cheaper to replace. So that was definitely a big plus for me. See how it's changing the camera. But yeah, so this is the standard blue under the, I believe it's the Savior font, if I remember correctly. But as you can see, it has quite a few sound effects that happen without you doing anything. So there's the clash. And then it also has blast reflection. It has a few different ones depending, I think it's random, honestly, depending on when you click it. It's like an ATST from maybe episode 6. Other just kind of random blast of fire. That's all done once it's already ignited. That's all done by pressing the button here. If you actually want it to unignite, or I'm not really sure what the proper terminology is, you have to hold it down for about 4 seconds, and then it'll shut off, and then to turn it back on, it's the same whole process. But then from there, really to do everything that you want to do, you have to do it within standby mode, and I'm not going to get into all the complications of it, but depending on how many times it blinks it'll do something else. I believe 2 blinks, that can turn the clash off and on. 3 blinks allows you to change the volume. And then 4, I will show that right now, that'll change the font, so to speak, so that it'll give you a different option for how the blade moves around. So we have this is kind of the smooth swing sound that we have right now. But if we change the font, that sound is going to change. There's one for Kylo, there's one for the Darksaber. It'll make more sense.
Truly lost.
This is another one of the fonts now we turn on. Not only will the color of the blade change, but this is more of a kind of a red, but also sounds it makes when we move it around, as well as the reflections are going to change too. There's a lot of really fun ones here. Like I said, I get it. I got it for the sake of having Obi-Wans, but I mean, if you want to play around with these aren't bad. This is also another pulse function that has this. Does not appear well on camera, as I'm currently seeing right now. Yeah, I think in total it has 9 of those, and you can even kind of customize it. You can just change the color for the sake of changing the color. You don't have to change the font specifically to do that. There is that freedom. And even the pulse versus the stable blade, you can change that without changing the font. Princess, I think this is what is supposed to be somewhat balanced around Princess Leia. The color would kind of attest to that. But yeah, overall, I'm very happy with it. It's exactly what I wanted. The price was reasonable, and I really don't see any reason to complain. I guess we do have here the stand that it came with. I do like how it's transparent. That way, the focus really does go onto the blade and not about anything else that you're really looking at. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, stay awesome.